Anything else you want to say to your fans, man?
Man, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Earl Spence Jr., my whole name, and just look out for me.
Yes, sir. Let me dig into your brain. Folks falling like rain.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Wow. Man, somebody just sent me a link to an interview that Shawn Porter just did. And I'm telling you right now, I would not have believed that Shawn Porter said this if I didn't watch the video and hear it with my own ears. So Shawn Porter did an interview with Fight Hub. And he was asked the question, if you can't fight Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia in a rematch, who do you want to fight? And Shawn Porter, to my surprise and disbelief, gave this long list of possible opponents. And then he mentions Errol Spence as a possible option all the way at the end of this long list. This is what Shawn Porter said. He said, well, you have Jesse Vargas and you have Thomas Delarme. He said, you also have that Ugas guy. Then he says, get this. He says, then you have Andre Berto, who I fought last year, but he put himself back in line with the WBC, so he's also a possible opponent. So he closes out that segment of the interview by saying, so there's big fights everywhere. There's even Errol Spence, who has the IBF title, so that's a big fight for me as well. When you say as well, what fight would be as big as the Errol Spence fight when you say as well? The Ugas fight? The Andre Berto rematch? The Jesse Vargas fight? The Delarme fight? He can't be talking about the Keith Thurman fight because we know Keith Thurman is not going to be facing him next. And with Delarme and Jesse Vargas having a draw, there's a very good chance they may have a rematch. We don't know if Danny Garcia is willing to take a rematch right away. So that leaves either Ugas, Andre Berto, or Errol Spence. Who do you think Shawn Porter will choose to fight? Like I said in my last video about this topic, there needs to be regulation in the sport of boxing. There is no way Shawn Porter should be able to hold that belt hostage and not give Errol Spence an opportunity to unify all of the belts. If you don't believe you are the best in the world at 147 and you're not willing to prove it, then you might as well hand that belt to Errol Spence and let Errol Spence fight it out with all the other welterweights to prove who is the best welterweight. But it's a foregone conclusion as far as I'm concerned. We already know that Errol Spence is the best welterweight right now. We know that no one wants to fight him. And if push comes to shove, a lot of fighters, even if they had belts, they would most likely give up their belt before they face Errol Spence. So once again, man, something really needs to be done in the sport of boxing. Because fighters like Shawn Porter, he's hurting the sport. Something else you guys need to notice. When Shawn Porter, when he talks about all these possible opponents, notice he's not giving us any type of excuse why he can't fight Errol Spence. He's just saying that these are other possible opponents and putting them in front of Errol Spence's name. You know why he doesn't make an excuse? You know why he doesn't say, well, you know, they tried to lowball me. They're not giving me enough money. Oh, well, they want me to fight at this time. And, oh, they want me to do this. Oh, they tried to put this type of stipulation in the contract. You know why Shawn Porter is not using any excuses why that fight most likely won't happen? Like how he said, you have to look at the business part. He hasn't explained any type of business roadblocks. You know why he hasn't done that? Because there are no business roadblocks. There are no excuses for him not to fight Errol Spence, other than he just doesn't want to fight him next. And there's a very good chance that even after his next fight, he won't fight Errol Spence. Even when he was asked at the post-fight press conference after the Danny Garcia fight, a reporter, I believe ESPN's Dan Rafael, he said to him, I guess it would make more sense that the fight would happen not in your very next fight, but sometime early next year. And Shawn Porter replied, I don't know. I'm not even sure if it will happen then. So when Shawn Porter said the fight doesn't happen, it won't be my fault, it won't be Errol Spence's fault. This is clearly Shawn Porter's fault that the fight is not happening. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.